So my name is Patrick Searle. I am Group CEO of GetCRAFT. So GetCRAFT, at its essential, is a content marketplace. It's a place where brands and agencies can actually go there and get access to writers, videographers, designers, photographers, publishers, and influencers. It was born about that I'm actually an ex-marketer myself. I was at adobo, and I was trying to do really big content marketing, sponsored content projects, and I couldn't actually find the right creators that I needed, or really high quality creators I needed to kind of do good work. And it kind of got to a point where we were like, this is a problem that we keep on facing, and as such, we built GetCRAFT. So that's in the core of what is GetCRAFT. Our bigger mission, if I were to say that, at GetCRAFT is like three parts. One is to actually change brands. Secondly is to change media, and thirdly to actually change work. So when I say change brands, for the most part, actually we believe that brands who do content marketing, sponsored content, native advertising this is the future of brands. And we will hope that actually brands start to invest a lot more in creating premium content, because fundamentally it's what their consumers want, and they want to be educated, they want to be inspired. So that's the change brand's mission and vision. Change media comes down to actually saying that we do believe in, I'd say, bespoke media, if you want to call that, not the programmatic media. We do believe in the value of journalism and the value of kind of like media creation. And we think that actually native advertising or sponsored content is a really powerful way for actually media sites to actually make money. And so we want to help kind of facilitate that and build tools that make it easier for them to manage those processes. Finally, change work. I think, again, in the changing nature of the world, we really want to make it easier for the creative industry to do better. And so part of what we love about GetCRAFT is that if we help writers, videographers, designers, and photographers get access to more clients and simplify that process, so that actually the artisan business of being a creator is a little bit less scary and actually much more realistic now. So that's the third part of that. So that's our bigger mission behind GetCRAFT: to change brands, make them much nicer, change media, and help journalism and bespoke media survive and grow, and change work, which is actually kind of really raise up and give creators the ability to have a meaningful but also kind of well-paying job, I guess. The bigger finding, really, summary of everything, is that brands want to do content marketing. They want to do all this kind of much more kind of elaborative, kind of expansive kind of marketing, but they're struggling. And they're struggling in terms of kind of expertise, in terms of kind of knowledge of what to do, and they're struggling in terms of actually both strategically expertise, but also tactically, getting access to people who allows them to actually do this really expansive, beautiful kind of work. I think that's probably the bigger finding of that. Content marketing has many different definitions out there, to be honest. You can go there and say, some people say it's brands really kind of investing in building assets and sites, etc. I think what we see is that content marketing, really, when people say content marketing, what they're actually meaning is that they are focusing a little bit less on necessarily the individual channels and channel marketing, and slightly more about actually going back to the roots of marketing, which is what is our business objective, and actually what is the communication, the content we want to create to help us achieve those business objectives. Because I think in the course of the last the digital kind of era, so many different channels, and I think kind of brands and marketers have kind of followed down the rabbit hole of all these different channels. And I think really, there's obviously the real definition of content marketing, but I think for the most part, actually what it means is that brands are kind of taking a slight step back and saying, actually, I think we should be creating more valuable, educational, inspirational content for our users. And as a result, that actually our consumers will actually kind of respect us, like us, and potentially purchase from us more. So I think that's when you say content marketing, that's what we mean by that. I think, so GetCRAFT, we're a content marketing company, right? We're a content marketing network. But I think just so you know what we're going to be doing over the course of the next year, this is not going to be our first white paper. This is not going to be our first event. We're going to keep on doing this because we know that actually there's a huge lack of digital knowledge, content marketing knowledge, insights about marketing in general, and nobody's doing a really good job of actually helping people understand what's going on out there. And again, in their defense, we understand because like even say Facebook and Google, they're not sharing that much data, and it's really hard for you to get a really good third-party perspective. So the purpose of this report is to actually start saying, well, starting off with a bigger landscape view. What is going on? What's happening? What are we seeing? And from then on, we can start kind of jumping into different areas, important areas that we see that will be happening. So after this one, we'll probably be looking at like the state of native advertising, sponsor content, media. So again, it's a fascinating subject and media in general, and no one's really kind of covering it very well. Then we'll probably go into different areas and categories and niches over time, etc. But this is a great one to go then and look at the top line trends of where marketing spending their budgets, what are the type of content they want to be focusing on creating, where are the biggest challenges they're facing, where are the biggest opportunities they're facing. That's what this one is doing, the very top line perspective. And we're bringing in lots of kind of experts as well to kind of talk about that, to kind of give their point of views about how they see what's going on in the industry. And again, why are we doing this? Because no one's doing it. And then we think that actually being in the position we are, where we have 2,500 content creators on the platform, we do actually think we run about 1,000 pieces of content every week. We have a pretty good idea and understanding about what's working, what's not. So we want to take as much of that learnings and share that back to the bigger digital media community or advertising community as we can. So we talked about brands wanting to do content marketing. We already kind of covered that. I think something that I definitely would say is underdeveloped slightly in the Philippines is sponsor content, influencer marketing. And sponsor content can be branded content, native advertising, sometimes it's called that way. I think it is slightly developed. And we work in Indonesia, and I think they're slightly more advanced. The marketers using influencer marketing and sponsor content, branded content, slightly more powerful ways. So I do see that is something that is brands want to do, but they're struggling to make happen. Again, I don't want to blow my own horn too much, but I do think that where GetCRAFT helps brands is actually by helping kind of show them what's available and kind of standardizing kind of some of the key pain points, and then actually allowing them to kind of do this type of work at scale as well. So we often see, via influencers, via publishers, we can easily see over 1 million views on our campaigns. This is a view, not an impression. And this is all bespoke content from 125 different articles or 40, 50 different influencers, etc. This is what we're trying to make happen. And I think the Philippines knows that it needs it, and it's struggling at that hurdle. And I hope that actually we can be a platform that allows the media industry, in those forms of marketing, to thrive in the next 6 to 12 months. This is a really fascinating time, both now and in kind of the history of our industry, in that how things are moving when it comes to kind of AI, if you want to talk about that. We really are kind of quite excited to say that actually that it is now possible to go there and do very powerful, creative content marketing, sponsor content, influencer marketing work. And so that's one thing, but also it's going to get really fascinating because I think being a creator, being an influencer, being a media, I think that's what we really want to help change the nature of. So, it's often I think creators don't really get the value they deserve. I think, and I hope GetCRAFT, we're going to start showing the wider population of what actually it means to be a creator, and that you can make a good living, and there is huge amounts of value they're bringing to the table, but it's just not measured or shown. And I think that's our bigger, again, why we get excited, why we get out of bed, because we want to have a thriving creative industry in Southeast Asia. So,
all right.
Cool.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. That was good.